Good morning. Welcome to ScreenJunkies Universe. This is going to be an awesome day today because we have so many good things to talk about with you. Dan Murrell is here.
I am.
Yes, Mr. Joe Starr.
Hello.
Spencer Gilbert. And our very wonderful, happy Tuesday, always with us panelists. Tuesday is a good day because Roxy Stryer is here.
It's me,
Roxy. I'm Roth Burnett, and we have
Oh, it is? It's a callback.
Way back.
Yeah, that's a way back callback.
man.
It's a me.
You know what else we're gonna do?
Yeah, I'm not a ScreenJunkies fan.
That was a Mario brother.
Mario brother? It was one of them Marios. Oh,
You know, the Mario Brothers, like on the television.
yeah. Plumbing's their game.
Jonathan Nolan, Christopher's brother, also a human with his own autonomy, and Lisa Joy, who are the showrunners of Westworld, made the greatest Reddit trolling thread ever, and we're going to talk about that. The only movie we will be talking about through August is one we will discuss today. We have a big announcement as well, and first, guess what? Well, you have the information on your sheet, so you guys guess.
I could pretend to guess.
The highest selling piece of entertainment content ever.
Guess, Roxy.
Aladdin.
No.
Close.
So close.
I'm all out of guesses. I really don't know now.
So weirdly close.
Zach Braff's Kickstarter.
Very close. Yes. Right up there with Veronica Mars. This is via Market Watch Grand Theft Auto 5, ladies and gentlemen, kicks the butt of every avatar out there. Grand Theft Auto 5, $6 billion. $6 billion is what it has brought in. So, this is since 2013. I mean, I don't know that it's a fair comparison to movies for a number of reasons, but we'll get into that. It has sold 90 million units, and that is above Star Wars or Gone with the Wind, both of which have collected more than $3 billion, adjusted for inflation, which is everyone's favorite phrase around here if you watch Charting with Dan.
Oh, yeah, I saw a whole Twitter thread about that going on.
Oh, there's lots of Twitter threads about it going on.
If our headline for this show isn't Grand Theft Auto like beats Gone with the Wind,
Yeah, we're failing the internet.
Better than Gone with the Wind.
Exclamation point, question mark.
There's so much to unpack with both of those as comparisons, and now my brain is going there. Because if you think about it in terms of like a sociological depiction of their times, it actually does offer a lot in terms of a window into the psyches of the consumer. But let's put a pin on that.
Yeah.
For
I like punching
when
people.
we're having drinks later. Do you guys play the game?
Yeah,
Sure, yeah.
I'm one of the 90 million.
Yeah. You heard
about
I bought Grand Theft Auto 5 when it came out. Of course I did. When was that? How long ago was
2013.
that? 2013. Yeah, I mean that's what you did. You could play online. You could play with your friends online, which was like that's awesome. That had great, had this huge sprawling storyline. Even at $70 is a great value because the game took like 8 days to finish. I mean, my God, that game never ended.
It's like a block for block recreation of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So you can visit your apartment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you feel good about adding to that,
super
that
creepy.
huge number?
Yeah. Why not?
So this is technically Super Mario has sold more units, but Grand Theft has made more money, and this is a astute observation. This is such an obvious observation, but we're going to read the quote anyway. From KeyBank analyst Evan Wingren, video games are a much better business than movies. Studios, games in general, have the enviable position that their content is interactive, which allows them to make data-driven insights and adjust games and business models that benefits players and the company. Yeah, I mean, it's just a totally different medium. You're not watching a movie for 8 days. Unless it's The Silence, which I believe I'm still in.
I've been cutting through Mute like a few minutes at a time, so that might be an 8-dayer for me. Yeah. The Mario comparison doesn't even work because I mean Mario's been doing this since 81, I think, and so I mean Mario is the Gone with the Wind of video games, sort of in this comparison, and so I mean just the fact that Grand Theft Auto has already made more money in total than several decades worth of Mario is a huge achievement in of itself.
It's just wild that if I hadn't had this information in front of me and also been so sure that it was Aladdin, I never would have been able to guess this if you gave me 500 guesses. It just would not have come to me. Like Grand Theft Auto is something that I did not purchase, I have played, just because you'd be at a friend's house and it would just be there and you would play it. Like it's always been around. But I never, ever, ever would have thought this was the case. Ever.
Would you have guessed a video game?
Maybe. I'd like to think that at some point when you were like, wrong, I would have started thinking outside the box, but possibly not.
Just kept naming Disney franchises.
Doubling down on Frozen.
Oh, yeah.
Which wouldn't surprise me, as a matter of fact, if it was Frozen, if you counted in things like, and here's where I'm curious about this math as well. I mean, are we counting in things like ancillary marketing, like merchandise, all
DLC,
of that? Yeah.
Like, that's the other thing is DLC, and you know how much of that was. I don't know. I bought every Grand Theft Auto game for a period of like 10 years. Like I haven't played it in a while just because I don't play games as much anymore. But you know that was the game. It was like Call of Duty. You know, like
Right.
for a long time, like that was the game. If you were a gamer, you bought that game. And I always felt like, you know, particularly when it kind of upgraded to the next generation systems, Grand Theft Auto, they put the work in as far as like. They took a long time to make, but the reason they took a long time to make was because they were very complex, like so many missions. I mean, you could do so many different things, and then the free roaming capability. Like there was a lot to it. I think that's why they sell so well. Is like it's not one of these games that you buy and then it's done in 4 hours. Like you could play it forever, essentially.
Question for
Yeah.
you and all of us, because I'm talking about things like, do you remember it was revealed a couple of years ago that even when Spider-Man was going to the MCU, Spider-Man, I believe it was Spider-Man that in merchandising alone was worth like $1 billion. So if you're looking at things like all of these franchises and all of the pieces of money that you can make off it, you know, in terms of, especially with something like Disney, to your point, theme parks, like just with the property, theme parks, merchandising, the movie itself. You referred to The Wizard as a commercial for Nintendo
Wizard
in a
was,
recent
yes.
video of ours that you can watch right
so
now
bad.
on
Very
Screen
much.
Junkies News. Not the video, the film.
Click in the link below. JT, throw that up.
But I mean, that's what I'd be curious about to unpack, and Billy, maybe we can look into it, if it's accounting for that or if it's just talking about Gone with the Wind made this much in ticket sales, Grand Theft Auto made this much in units.
Yeah, I'm sure you could play with the numbers and make Star Wars come out on top if you included every Star Wars video game, every Star Wars toy,
Every movie adjusted.
every
for
movie
inflation,
adjusted
yeah.
for inflation. But I think this is just raw gross sales of like the core product, and yeah, video games are expensive more so than movies, so you don't need to sell as many of them to make a lot more money.
And it's a very profitable industry in which I don't play video games. I've played 2.
What are they?
3. I've played Mario Brothers a lot.
calling it Mario.
Mario.
Love the Marios.
It's me.
I like that
Just
game.
like that.
And I didn't like it when they had Yoshi starting fighting them. I really didn't like it.
It's Yoshi.
Yoshi.
It's pronounced Yoshi.
I did LA Noire because I was
Yeah.
like, I want to unpack that crime. And then I do like the
Slowly
Yeah.
rotate objects.
Ken Costner, PI.
Dirty Aunt Roth.
That's like totally up my alley because I can completely identify serial killers. There was a whole internet game, Serial Killer or Computer Analyst, and they would just show you the picture of someone, and some of them were obvious because you just know that that's Ted Bundy or whatever, but a lot of them weren't. This was the thing! And then there was one guy that I was like, I swear to God, that guy is both. And he was.
He was both a serial killer
And a computer analyst.
Whoa.
Sorry, computer analyst.
The analyst
Jeez.
slasher.
That train of thought was on me.
Was that
Coming
the
back
third
to
video
the-
game you played?
Yeah, was that in the video game
No,
number
I
No,
did.
that
I
was a
did-
BuzzFeed
I did
quiz,
like
Roth.
I did
That's
like
not a
the
video
Walking Dead
game.
Telltale. Anything that can
Oh,
give
yeah,
me an
that's good.
insight into
So
my
you like
own
the more
psychology.
narrative,
Yeah.
you know, beginning, middle, end.
Yeah.
You
Like
couldn't
I
get enough of
probably
Walking Dead 'cause you
would
love
do some of the like role-playing games, but I would never leave, and that would be the problem.
Well, the-
So I
Big
don't
commitment.
start.
The narrative drive is, which I think is a big part of why something like GTA is so successful, is why I'm always interested when there's so much call for Grand Theft Auto movies or Uncharted movies and stuff like that. Because the games themselves, that was an immersive piece of fiction that you yourself got to walk through, and I don't know what just repeating it in a sort of a passive movie form would accomplish.
Maybe it's like a choose your own adventure where you are dialed into the movie that's in your screen and
So
you
you're
get
jacked
to
in?
click. Yeah, and it's in your head and your brain waves and it tells it what to do next.
And by the
The
way, Grand
future.
Theft Auto has
They're doing it.
so much to offer in terms of like interactivity, and it's a sandbox and stuff like that. But the plot is just stolen from gangster movies. It's
Oh, yeah.
Scarface, it's
Oh, yeah.
Goodfellas, it's like every mobster movie.
And it can be described in one sentence.
Right.
Like
well, yeah, it's always like a gangster's rise to power in the Italian gang, the Miami gang, South Central gangs. Like these are cribbed from
Mario
movies, so why go back? The Mario games.
With one of the brothers.
Yeah.
Or in my case, one man's quest to run around in a perfect circle on the sidewalk and to punch as many people who walk by as possible.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's why I play all the Grand Theft Auto games, and I also play games like the Lego Marvel games, and I played the Spider-Man Xbox games, and I played Red Dead Redemption. It's like I love those games where you have a world, you have a plot, but you can also have side missions. You can just run around, do what you want. Like that's the kind of gaming that I enjoy, and I think that's another reason why it's Grand Theft Auto and games like this sell so many units. Is it's almost like choose your own adventure. You can do things in whatever order you want.
Now
You
I'm
can
sold.
stop playing the story for 2 weeks if you want and just do all the side missions. You can
circles.
collect. You can go collect stuff. There's challenges. Like I like that. I like that because it's more than just like, again, I think one of the reasons that the first Battlefront in particular got so much things, like it was one thing. There's you could do one thing and that was it, and people are like, oh, that's it? You can just do one thing? I know we've gotten spoiled because that used to be every video game, but again, that's why I think these games sell so well.
Well, to Roxy and your point on the choose your own adventure front, like that's coming. That the War Games series that's coming out is not necessarily choose your own adventure, but interactive. It's there's lots of different character threads, and the ones that you engage with the most affect the story that you're shown. So if you are engaging with this character more, then the show is going to just show you that character stuff and maybe drop some others, and so it's coming.
Well, you guys
Scary.
are.
I don't know if it'll be good, but it's coming.
Selling me on that. I think they did. I believe Daniel Radcliffe did a movie about the making of Grand Theft Auto a couple of years ago. Correct me if I'm wrong in those comments. But I was thinking about, why not? Do what now?
It was scripted?
Or
Yeah.
documentary?
No, scripted.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was for the BBC, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I vaguely remember this. And I have a computer right here, but I'm asking you to look it up for me.
It was about when the creator of Grand Theft Auto washed up as a corpse on a beach.
Yes, he wouldn't stop farting.
Farted around. On
Here,
the That's how they
Really
came up
good
with
movie.
the idea of
Billy
the
Really
open
good movie.
world was farting on the corpse.
Billy Business, will you
I would
fact
play an
check
open world.
Michael
was that
Daniel
Swiss Army Man.
Radcliffe?
So fast.
I would play that game. See, that's a game I would play. I really would. Just make the weird stuff, and I'll play your game. But then also I was thinking like, oh, why aren't they making a Grand Theft Auto franchise? And it's because it's basically the Fast and the Furious, but with like severe criminality, like just brutal, hardcore, awful criminality.
No good guys.
No good guys. And that's the reason.
It's a docudrama called The Game Changer.
The Game Changer, a docudrama
About the controversy caused by...
about the Grand Theft Auto controversy because of all of the severe criminality.
Well, because after I played it, I was just trying to do as many sick jumps with my Lambo as I could. Yeah. Yep. Vice City really
And you
screwed me
blamed
up.
them for sure, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Westworld showrunners, as we were talking about earlier. We're switching gears. We're going to talk about that Westworld.
Ooh, pun
They
intended.
pull off the ultimate fan trolling on Reddit. Now, we love Reddit. Reddit can be a wonderful place to find information, potentially about yourself. And they know that too.
What subreddits are you going on?
r/Roth Cornet.
r/Roth Cornet
Cornet fans.
r/Cambridge Analytica. It's my browsing history.
Look at that. It's my entire Amazon shopping list.
r/Roth do a murder. Yeah.
We already talked about my murder the other day. So they went on Reddit and they basically said, we thought about this long and hard, you guys. You know, you're really into unpacking the show and spoilers, and it's just been really difficult for us. So if this post gets 1,000 likes, we're just going to go ahead and release a video that tells you every spoiler and everything that's going to happen in the season ahead. Let's just get it done so we don't have to worry about it on Reddit anymore. We talked to the cast. They're in on it too. So, of course, it very quickly got 1,000 upvotes. And then they released a video, which we were watching this morning, and legitimately feels like they're telling you the show. I mean, there was a couple of minutes into this video that I was like, I feel like I want to click away. I don't want all the spoilers, actually. And then this happened. I believe we have a video.
Our season begins with Bernard waking up on a beach.
You can watch the whole thing.
We're going to show this.
No.
Ooh, slick transition, DT.
Never gonna run around and desert you.
So
Got
this is
him.
a
Wait, where's the dog?
This,
Oh, there's
there's
the
the dog. So this is a 20-plus minute video in which, so as we were watching it this morning, we noted that Evan Rachel Wood, we're muted. Yeah, we were watching it this morning and noted that Evan Rachel Wood has a really lovely singing voice, right, Roxy?
Gorgeous. Beautiful.
Rick
And,
Astley
like,
level.
She was not trying.
Easily.
Yeah,
She was just kind of like going with the sway thing.
Great ones make it look easy.
They do.
Yeah. Dang.
And then we were wondering, this is a 22-minute video. How is this lasting for this long? Dan came in with the answer.
There's a dog.
Yeah, the rest of it's a
And he
dog.
said it just like
The
that.
rest of it's a dog. Oh,
But when you said it at first, I was like, he's making a weird joke. It's a Dan joke.
No, the rest
and,
of the video
and
was the
then the
dog.
dog came on screen. I was like, oh.
It didn't look like anything to me.
oh, he's a host.
I'm a robot.
Yeah.
I've never seen the show.
Oh.
Oh, that
There's
was
still
a,
time
that was
to catch
really,
up.
That was a
Yeah.
great pull from Joe.
Okay.
Be impressed.
I'll take you. I will be.
Thanks, Dan.
They can't even recognize things from the outside world. It's just like a blank slate. If you show them a picture of a skyline, they're like, "What? It's not. What? I don't see it." You should watch it.
Yeah.
No.
No, I'm sure I should. I just
would like it.
It's on my. It's been on the list since it came on out 2 years ago.
Did you watch the trailer for the second season?
No.
I feel like that got me so much more invested. I had forgotten how much I was excited for this show, and then I saw that, and I was like, "Yep." And then I saw this, and I was like, "Yeah." I need more singing in
Yeah.
this.
This isn't like when I tried really hard to get you to watch Legends of Tomorrow. This is like
Yeah,
this
very
is
different.
actually
Yeah, you were
good.
pushing that for a while.
Yeah.
And
Were
I was
you?
like, I have to watch 8 other shows
Yeah.
just to know what's happening.
It
and
was
I
my
don't have
job
time
to
for
like
that.
it. But also, this is better than that.
Okay, so
Better than Legends of Tomorrow.
Yes.
Got it. Love
At
it.
least.
But I did hear
Weird
Gorilla
bar.
Grodd is
Tried to kill young
tried
Obama.
to kill young Barack Obama in a,
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
recent episode.
So
So,
again-
But he was going by Barry, and the whole thing was different. It was a
Yeah.
very
So
strong episode.
don't sleep on Legends of Tomorrow. If you
Okay.
want to see a giant telepathic gorilla try to kill young Barack Obama and yell "Make America Grodd Again," but definitely watch Westworld season 2.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, there's that
I
Constantine
watched the
3
first
something going on
few
too.
episodes of Legends of Tomorrow, and now I feel like I did the wrong thing by jumping ship. At first, I was going to say, Dan, when Joe here gives you a recommendation, double check with a couple other people because Legends of Tomorrow is not good. Not that you don't have good taste, but that's not a good show. But now you're making me think it's maybe
Well,
a
if you
great
only watch
show.
the
Really
first
weird.
3, then no. But
And
then
we're
the
both on
writers
that
stop
Legion
caring, and it
train,
gets
too.
good.
It does?
Yeah. Legion
Okay.
train.
Legion train. All aboard.
Oh, all aboard. Are you guys on the Legion train?
Yeah.
If the train even really exists, then yeah.
we're just talking
Which
about
it
shows
probably
we like.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else do you like?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what else I like? The upcoming movie that is the only movie that we will be discussing here on Screen Junkies News for the next several months. This movie we are going to analyze frame by frame. In fact, we're going to do a frame of this movie per day till August 10th. The tagline of the film I am referring to is, quote, "Pleased to eat ya," and the movie is The Meg. Yes! Yes! That is my entire response to everything about that. Let me just tell you about The Meg. Okay.
We skipped over the whole Westworld thing just to get to the
Yeah. I do want to hear you tell us about the Meg though, because I need to know about the Meg.
Oh,
I'm fairly.
I know
confused.
you do.
Yeah.
Teach us the Meg.
Okay.
Do you like Jason Statham?
Yeah.
Do you like sharks?
Yeah.
Like giant
Oh my
prehistoric
God.
sharks?
That baby gonna get eaten by that shark!
What is the tone of this film?
No one knows.
No one knows.
It's come on, we know it's like a
It's
very
campy.
high budget, campy sci-fi original movie.
Yeah.
Relate it to something.
Have you not
Sharktopus
seen?
versus alligator claws or something like that.
Earlier you
No.
called it sharks in an ocean, and that worked for me.
Yeah, like snakes on a plane, and then this would be, I think JT said, sharks in an ocean.
Yeah.
Do we have that shot of the shark underneath the swimmers
But you get that
on the beach? 'Cause
Snakes aren't
that's
supposed to be on the plane,
Look
right?
at how
actually
Sharks
pretty
do live in the
cool.
ocean.
Yeah.
Well, not
That's
sharks
pretty-
like this.
that's pretty good.
This isn't a shark. This is a megalodon.
It's a miggly
It's got Jason Statham singing about, not singing, he's just talking about. Look at the size of this shark.
He's actually a megalodon.
You're like, no, he can't be serious.
The
Look at
best-
that.
the
I'm
be- look at that,
a
that's
Jaws
amazing.
fan. I'm a Jaws fan. I think that's cool. This movie's probably
Yeah.
going to be terrible, but
I'm
No.
gonna go.
It takes place in
So
China,
gonna go
so it's
see
going to
it.
do
What
huge
about-
business and get 17 sequels. I'm all on the Meg train.
I'm
Yep.
100% on
It's
the
got
Meg
Rainn
train.
Wilson as like the
too.
dorky scientist, Dwight from The Office. Who else is in this?
Yeah.
Ruby Rose.
Ruby Rose
Yep.
is in this. As I don't know. I assume
She was
some
in
kind
some
of
type of,
like,
assassin.
squid scientist.
Yeah, she's like she's a shark teeth expert or something. I don't care.
Love shark teeth.
Don't
experts.
care.
And Jason Statham is just like a guy that fights sharks for a
No,
living.
no, no. Jason Statham is a scientist.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
If he's not, he
Hell yeah.
better be.
Here at Screen Junkies, we'll never neg the Meg.
The
Nothing
Meg.
but positive Meg.
If you had to
love here.
recast him, who would you put in that role?
No one.
No
a
one.
clone of,
Impossible.
a
God.
clone of
Good
Jason
point.
Statham.
Yeah. Good
Or
point.
just me.
Let me
I
tell you
wanna be in this
something.
movie.
The Westworld thing, I wasn't skipping ahead. We were just off on like different TV shows we happen to like, which made me think of this thing that we can all agree on. You know, sometimes around
true.
here, people are looking for us to feel united in
Oh,
a
man.
positive
Well,
sense.
this part was like
Well-
the weird nipple part of it all.
Yeah, the squid nipple.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what
the squid nipple
That's what
sequence.
squid have on their
Yeah.
tentacles.
It just looked not like that.
Also, the weird nipple part of it all is your book of poetry that I think you need to write. I feel like this is good timing that we're only going to talk about the neg for the
Meg.
foreseeable the Meg
For the
for the
Meg, but
foreseeable
yeah.
future. Because the Boss Baby series also dropped on Netflix,
Yes.
and so
Yeah.
that can fill the void on whatever Star Wars crap we're ignoring while we talk sharks.
This is basically our show from now on is going to be either deconstructing the Meg or we will be diving deep on Boss Baby. Those are the two. Or I think you brought up something earlier today that I'm not completely opposed to as comparing Grand Theft Auto to Gone with the Wind. We can do all of those
Yeah.
things on Screen Junkies News.
I'm so glad you said that because, frankly, my dear, I don't give a Grand Theft Auto. I've been thinking about that this whole time.
You don't
Good.
give a grand?
We are right on target
That is a merging of those two things.
and prepared to crash this train. But let me just tell you about the Meg. This is based on a book.
What?
This is brought to us by none other than Mr. Eli Roth. Okay, this is a movie.
Wait, he directed it?
He either fact check
Directed or
me.
produced?
He either directed or produced.
John Turtletop, yeah. National Treasures.
National
John-
Treasures.
Yeah.
Three Ninjas.
Yes.
John Turtletop.
Rocky loves Emily?
Yes.
This is a movie that this scene was described. I haven't read the book, so we all have our reading to do this summer.
That's so true.
But this is a scene that was described to me from the book that I don't think is going to make it into the movie. So I'm going to paint a picture for you right now. Group of scientists go down to the deepest places that James Cameron has already been in the ocean, and he's probably hanging out.
It's going to dock down
Yeah,
here.
he's building
see
the
much.
underwater city that I plan to live on when the Earth falls apart.
There's a city
Deep. So they go down and they're looking around for animals and whatever.
Oh, you see that fish?
Holy crap! Look at that fish!
He's gold blade looking gobba.
Look at that fish! Here comes that fish. It's so big, but this is why they can't go up because the water down there
we're
is
stuck.
heated due to
Volcanic-
science and volcanic
lava. I'm sure.
Yes,
Some kind of a lava
the
pocket
water
that would
down
keep
there.
the
There's
water
a
down
lava
there.
pocket. Thank you. That
these
keeps the
devices.
water.
Can't go up because it feels so good.
The
Hang
voices
on.
are going mad.
And then it's too cold for them to get up to the surface. But here's what happens. They're like, oh man, the fish is so big.
Wait, what?
Why are they calling it a fish? Or is this like a Mario thing?
The fish. So they start jutting up. They're like, oh, let's get out of here. Oh, we're in the cold waters now. The shark can't get to us. It's so great. Except this is what it does. The lady shark goes, no man, I'm out of here. Dives up, bites into the guy megalodon, rides the trail of the heated blood to the surface. Boom.
There's always a bigger fish.
The cool thing here
Damn.
is there is not actually a Meg book, and this was just pure Roth.
Bravo,
This is just pure Roth shark id.
No, I'm
Wow,
sold.
the
I'm
blood
sold
is
on
warm.
a
Why don't
a
you think
shark
they're not gonna do
surfing
that?
another shark's blood.
You don't
Yeah,
know.
that sounds like it's the climax
Yeah.
of the movie.
No, that's the beginning
least
because
mine.
that's how the Meg gets to the surface.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm so in.
But the
I'm
water.
in.
well,
What don't I know about sharks? They can't be in cold water?
Yeah, it's great. Great white sharks thrive in cold water. But hey,
Okay.
neither here nor there.
You know what? Don't
This
mess
is not a
with the
great watch.
magic.
This
isn't
not
a
a
great
great
watch.
watch.
It's a megalodon.
It's a mega, and I also think that she looks pretty cute when she's fighting the vessel. I think she looks really cute. She looks like a little cat.
What?
Bite the thing.
Oh God.
What books?
Save it for Son of Meg.
Son of Meg. What books does this open the door for to be adapted into movies? Because like Amazon, you know, there are those like weird dinosaur erotica
Where
books.
it's like I fell in love with like a time traveling pigeon with a six pack.
Yeah.
Like those weird like self published, very specific fetish books.
I want to make movies of all of them.
All right.
What
Yeah.
are you guys talking about?
there's
Is that a
stuff
thing?
like-
Just a book where ladies bang raptors.
Yeah, dinosaurs are a big one. We'll show you later.
Yeah.
Well,
You're going to subreddits. You're going to these weird dark corners of Amazon. There's a whole side of the internet that I'm just not aware of.
Yeah,
It's best that you
I'm
stay
with
that
you,
way.
Dan.
I have no idea what's happening.
there's a whole side of the internet that everybody should stay away from, but there is one place on the internet that you should absolutely go to.
Boom.
Right now, people, because we are very, very, very excited about this. And on the day that we brought you this important information about an old-timey Rickroll and Meg, the greatest movie that will be hitting theaters of all time, and the highest grossing piece of entertainment of all time, we have the biggest Screen Junkies event of all time this month, which is coming up on May 3rd. And we're really, really excited about this. There's a GoFundMe page right now. This was announced against the Honest Trailer, The Greatest Trailer today, which you should also watch. It's lots of fun, of The Greatest Showman. We are doing an event partnering with Women in Film to raise money for their organization. Yay!
Yay, yay,
If you
yay.
don't know Women in Film, they are an awesome organization. They work tirelessly, as I have said in a previous video that is sitting on top of that page, to advocate for and advance women in entertainment behind, in front of the
That
camera.
Halle Berry storm in the middle.
Heck yeah. Front and center.
All right.
With a play button on her forehead.
Do you know what happens when Screen Junkies get struck by lightning?
The same thing that happens in everything else.
Yeah! Halle Berry storm.
We are having a massive movie event. I'm just going to keep going. We're having
Yeah,
a
barrel
massive
through.
movie event. This is on May 3rd. It will start at 3 p.m. But between now and then, we really, 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 really need your help to make this happen. Every little bit helps. The GoFundMe page is up right now where you can contribute to Women in Film. It will go directly to them. We will be tweeting about it, promoting about it, talking endlessly about it. What are some of your favorite fights that are going to happen?
Well, the key here is that you guys are building the show. So the show sort of exists as an idea right now, but every $1,000 unlocks a part of the show. And before we started the show, I checked. We're already more than halfway towards the first tier, which is like a speed round gauntlet featuring Tony Revolori, Brian Chandler, Jay Washington, Ed Greer, Yale Teigel, Daniel Radford, Joel Monique, Mark Andreyko, Coy Jandro, Amy Dallin, Ify Nuwadaway, Matt Key, Mark Ellis, Stacey Howard, Riley Silverman, April Dawn, Wendy Lisa Zanny, Maud Garrett, Markia McCarty, and Gray Drake. And that's just $1,000. people.
Never
Just
heard of them.
$1,000.
$1,000. Other
Kidding.
fights that we have available for you. A never before, never again fight between these three honest
Never
trailer
fought each other.
fights.
Never done this.
Never fought each
Yeah.
other on
And
movie
it'll be
fights.
some kind of
Not on
honest
movie
trailer
fights.
related
Never on movie
question.
fights.
Never done this.
Like
yeah.
maybe you're gonna have to fight for the best honest trailer. Maybe you're gonna have to fight for the best movie to make an honest trailer of. I don't
just
know.
want you guys to donate enough money for Mike Carlson to fight a puppet.
Yeah, it's
Mike
literally
Carlson.
all that
Just
matters.
make that happen.
I met on the internet. I met two really big movie fans named Cucumber and Chunk, and they both really know their stuff, and they are stepping up to the plate to challenge Mike Carlson. It's going to be.
We have to see Mike
Yeah.
Carlson do a movie fight with two puppets.
Yeah.
How do we not? It is a drop in the bucket. It's a steal at twice the price.
Yeah,
I kind of want to be called Chunk.
just for.
Well,
I just like that.
Okay,
name.
I mean,
right.
you said it.
Speaking of things
Hey,
people
yo,
want
Chunk.
to see,
It would be
Yeah.
an irony. The epic.
Roxy.
The one time only, ladies and gentlemen, you can only get it at this event return of Roxy Stryer hosting.
A Tiva fights.
You
TV
guys
fights.
have to really put in your money for this one. It's unlock at your own risk kind of thing.
No, at the risk of joy and pleasure, Chunk.
Thank you.
You told us. You told us to do it.
Chunk Stryer.
It's like an irony name. You're so tiny and delightful.
Chunk.
Like if you call me Chunk, it's hurtful.
Oh,
Good.
Oh,
Go
stop
for it.
that. Yeah, that would be ironic. Yeah, Miss Chunk maybe.
Miss Chunk.
That makes it a little more dainty.
Here we go.
The,
Chunk
unlike
in the
Chunk,
house.
she just has a bow in her hair. It's like a Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man thing.
You guys.
The key is that the
key.
show is as good as you make it at home. And
Yeah.
we want it to be the best show, and we will do everything that is asked of us if we get to the levels.
Yeah,
that we
to
need
make
through
this
your
happen.
money.
And there's also rewards for you guys donating. I think for $100 you get to submit questions for the show. There's all sorts of different tiers of
yeah.
rewards for you guys to sort of help us build and participate in this thing. So yeah, it's gonna be ridiculous.
I mean,
be
but
awesome.
seriously, if just like 5% of our audience donated $5,
Yeah, it starts
we
at
would
$5.
Easily make our goal, and this is a great cause. This is a cause that when we came back, we said we want to do these things that support the culture, that support the causes that we care about, and we tossed around a lot, and this is the one that we settled on. It's like, we want to do this one first. This is a great cause. We really want to support them.
Yeah.
And but we need your help to do that. And if you can't donate, just spread the word.
Spread the word, tweet about it, yell about it, put it on the Facebooks, put it everywhere.
Don't buy that glass of wine and actually do donate.
Yeah, I mean, $5 is, look.
But if you
hey,
can't.
If you can, we really appreciate it. It's about the price of a latte.
Put
or a
down the
glass of
booze,
wine.
Alki. Give to our show.
I know there's a lot of 12-year-olds listening.
It's going to be a great show. It is a great event. And again, every tiny little bit does help. We do have rewards starting at $25. And those are fun too. If you want to pick the next honest trailer, that's an insane amount of money. It's like
is.
$10,000.
But we'll do
literally
whatever
anything.
you tell us to do.
Aladdin.
It could be your indie film. That's a good use of your budget right there.
An honest
That would
trailer of
be
your dad.
unreal.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
That's
If
really
you've
smart.
got an extra 10K sitting around and you've always wanted us to do the honest trailer
That's
for,
actually
That's
that
actually
would
genius
be
marketing.
that is actually
take it.
genius
Yeah.
marketing.
Yeah, in this case, we are definitely for sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are
No,
100% for sale.
If you need to do a
for women in
GoFundMe
film.
to raise that 10 grand so that you can get the honest trailer about your
GoFundMe's all the way down, baby.
yeah.
So
but
many,
we're not taking it easy on you, Steven's dad.
yeah.
So just know.
Just know that if you're buying an
No
honest
softballs.
trailer,
Yeah,
you're
you don't have
buying an
script
honest
approval.
trailer. Yeah.
that's
There's
brilliant.
so many good rewards in there.
Yeah.
We are so, as you can see, we are legitimately over the moon excited. This is the day I have been most excited to wake up in the morning, at least in 2 weeks.
Can we?
Right on.
Today
Can we
is
get
it?
like a board? You
Well,
know,
I'm
like on
excited
Wayne's
about the
World when they
event.
had the board. Can we get a
Yeah.
board with all of the levels that we've unlocked?
Yeah,
and we can,
UHF.
pull
we need a
the-
good fundraiser thing.
the
Yes.
side off as like, well, want $2,000.
Yeah.
You unlocked this.
Here's Mark Ellis's face.
An advent calendar.
Yeah, we're gonna
There's
do it.
there's a Nick Mundy special. I don't even
Yeah.
know what he's gonna do.
I hear he
but if
might
you
get a
unlock
little
it,
raw,
We're gonna
I don't
find,
know.
We're gonna
Yeah.
find out. Gamer fights with
It's gonna
Roth,
be
you helped us.
Mr. Greg Miller, Game Over Greggy, who
Oh!
I used to work with at IGN. That's awesome. He has Kind of Funny. I used to work with him at IGN. He's literally flying in from San Francisco to do this
Dang.
because that's how much he believes in this event.
He's
and that's
huge.
how much he is huge, and he's a really nice guy too. And that's how much he believes in this cause. And yeah, we're very, very happy to have him. Him against Mari, you guys. Mari.
Yes.
And Matt Robb.
You mean Mary?
Mary.
Mario?
Mario.
Mary.
You know what?
circle.
I don't appreciate you making fun of my accent and stuff, whatever.
Oh,
Pull out, Roth.
No.
oh God.
It's got full
$10,000
in
is
the
Doug
heights.
Benson.
Yeah. That's
Really?
Mark
Yeah.
Bernardin.
What's wrong with my Brooklyn
Yeah, with
accent?
Mark Bernardin, Clark Wolf.
Was that Brooklyn?
That was Brooklyn, yeah.
Okay.
I'm from Brooklyn.
Stretch goals $15,000, and Roth and Brooklyn will represent.
Yeah.
This is a New York accent. Anyway.
Nailed it. We were all so clear on that.
You've never been to New York? You want some coffee, tea, whatever, water?
I feel like I'm there right now.
Yeah.
You have to
Bring-
end the show in this voice now.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We're really excited about this event. It's Women in Film, and it's actually a cause I truly, truly believe in. I am from New York, and this is my New York accent. I don't really use it a lot, but I'm using it now because that's how much I believe in this cause. And I will movie fight in any accent you choose. It could be German.
For
it
what
could
price?
be French.
That's
For
the stretch goal, 11,000.
$11,000.
Yep.
I'll do that for free.
Accent.